You are not bad at commitment. Your nervous system may be running an older strategy where saying yes too quickly once cost you your self-trust. So now doubt shows up before devotion does and calls itself protection. Most people hear that and assume fear of intimacy, indecision, or a simple reluctance to grow up. That reading makes sense. From the outside, hesitation looks like hesitation. But shame enters fast when you keep backing away from things you genuinely wanted yesterday. Then you start building a character judgment around it. Flaky, avoidant, too much, not enough. The common frame keeps you focused on the final moment of retreat instead of the earlier moment when your body first learned that closeness could require self-abandonment. Research gives this a more useful shape. Polyvagal theory, through Stephen Porges, points to how the nervous system tracks cues of safety and danger before conscious reasoning catches up. So a committed choice can feel unsafe long before your mind has words for why. Interoception matters here too. That is your ability to sense internal signals clearly. When interoception gets muddied by chronic override, you can confuse activation with intuition. You call it doubt, when it may be the body replaying an old alarm around losing yourself. Attachment system regulation also matters. Peter Fonagy and Alan Shore both describe how stable connection helps people recognize and regulate inner states. If early closeness came with pressure, dismissal, or role reversal, commitment can stir up a familiar split. Stay connected, or stay loyal to yourself. So the pattern often starts small. You notice discomfort. You downplay it. You stay agreeable. Then later, when the cost of that agreement becomes impossible to ignore, your system swings hard in the other direction and tries to pull you out entirely. That swing is why your doubt can feel dramatic and total. It is rarely about one text, one date, one job offer, one lease. In a very real way, your body is reacting to accumulated proof that your own signals were expensive to honor. The fawn response fits here for some people. You learn to preserve connection by adapting fast, smoothing tension, reading the room, and becoming easy to want. Commitment then becomes dangerous because it raises the odds that you will disappear inside someone else's comfort again. And if you are high in sensitivity processing, like Elaine Aron's work describes, you may register subtle mismatches early. That sensitivity is useful. The problem comes when old self-betrayal flashbacks flood the signal, and every ordinary compromise starts to feel like erasure. In work, this can look like accepting a role you are proud to get, then feeling strangely trapped 3 weeks later. The title is right, the pay is fine, but your chest tightens in meetings because your yes was shaped more by proving than by consent. In intimate relationships, it can look like wanting closeness deeply, then going cold after a sweet weekend or a serious conversation. You are not necessarily losing feelings. Sometimes your system is remembering, other times warmth became obligation, and obligation slowly became self-loss. In family dynamics, it may appear when you say yes to a visit, a favor, or a holiday plan, then feel irritated beyond the size of the request. The irritation can be delayed boundary data. Your body caught a familiar pressure before your mind admitted it. With friends, it can show up in apology spirals. You cancel one plan because you are depleted, then spend hours explaining, over-explaining, and doubting yourself. The panic is often older than the plan. It remembers belonging once, depending on how little trouble you caused. The first reframe is simple, and it matters. Your feeling is real. Your first interpretation might not be. The wave of doubt does not automatically mean the choice is wrong. It may mean an older memory has been activated around disappearing inside it. One practice this week: separate the question into 2 parts. First ask, what is the actual decision? Then ask, what does this decision remind my body of? Those are different questions. You need both if you want clarity instead of reflex. Exhale longer than you inhale for 2 minutes. Loosen your jaw and put both feet on the floor or car mat. Then write one sentence beginning with, if I did not have to abandon myself here, I would want. What years of watching this pattern have taught me is that people who carry it are often deeply sincere. You care. You mean your yes when you say it. The pain comes from realizing later that your yes was negotiated against signals you were trained to ignore. You are often called inconsistent when the more accurate word is split. One part of you wants the relationship, the role, the move, the plan. Another part is scanning for the hidden clause, the quiet cost, the place where your needs will become inconvenient. So your mind starts searching for certainty. It wants one clean answer before you commit. But the search itself can become a safety behavior. You keep analyzing because analysis feels safer than noticing grief about all the times you left yourself behind. That is why reassurance rarely fixes it for long. A loving person can say, "Take your time." A good boss can say, "Speak up sooner." A kind friend can say, "You never have to earn your place." If your body does not believe that yet, doubt returns. I have also learned that this pattern makes people hard on themselves in very specific ways. You do not just regret the choice. You indict your character. You treat one activated week like evidence that you ruin everything you touch, right? And that self-attack usually deepens the confusion. Shame narrows interoception. It makes it harder to read what is actually happening inside. So you end up farther from the signal you need, while becoming more convinced you cannot trust yourself at all. A gentler question helps more. Where did I first learn that being easy to live with mattered more than being true? That question is not for blame. It is for pattern recognition. Name the pattern, lower the shame. Sometimes the answer lives in very ordinary moments. A caregiver's disappointment, a household where moods ran the schedule, praise for being mature, undemanding, low maintenance. None of that has to look dramatic to shape the way commitment lands in your body. And sometimes the pattern gets rewarded. You become reliable, perceptive, high-functioning, good in a crisis. People trust you. You trust yourself less. The outside world may call that competence, while your inner life quietly fills with decisions you never fully chose. So healing here is rarely about forcing commitment harder. It is about repairing the link between signal and action, feeling the flinch earlier, telling smaller truths sooner, letting disappointment happen in the room before resentment and shutdown take over later. That can sound like, "I need a day before I answer," or "I want this, but I need one condition to feel steady inside it," or even, "I said yes too fast, and I need to revise that." Self-trust grows there. Emotion is data, not always direction. A surge of fear does not mean leave. A surge of relief does not always mean stay. But if you keep translating every body signal into a moral verdict, you miss the deeper information trying to protect you. Over time, doubt becomes less of an enemy and more of a messenger. Sometimes it is pointing to a real mismatch. Sometimes it is pointing backward, toward an old scene where your no was too costly to speak. Both deserve care. Neither requires contempt. Take a breath, name the pattern, and I'll see you in the next one. Subscribe if you want a steadier way to catch the next thought trap before it runs your life.